Good morning.
Good morning.
I think it's put a lot of pressure in terms of how I should do my presentation by putting 25 years on the with more emphasis. I hope it's a bright day and most of you are settled by now. You had your tea?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
This was one of the requirements and the offering of facility management team wherever we work, right? And we make sure things are, the atmosphere is amazing. Guys, when we talk about facilities management, always, I think where the word started and where we drive these terms of facilities thing is majorly started maybe before as a personal administration or an administration team, people who were possibly in a different roles, they're supporting businesses, business heads, plant heads, and move to take up this role. And more on from improving from maintenance department to as a facilities term. Believe me, when it comes to technology part in facility management, okay, people are very skeptical about what we will do in technology because I think most of the things for what we manage, we coordinate is either a jugaad or a human resource management. So it could be a manpower management, or maybe when we talk about what sort of an arrangements we're doing, and then less of strategic operation, more of that we have to operate it to the tune what business wants us to do. I hope it is right. Yes. Mostly yes, right? But then we are in such a pressure today. We talk about everything when it's a business of Oracle, Accenture, or any other organization. How can we as a facility team, we left behind not talking about artificial intelligence, analytics, data scientists in facilities management, right? So these are terms which are basically, allowing us to think confident and also be ahead of the curve with whatever business we're supporting. And that was one of the idea when Alicia spoke to me about the topic, and I said, okay, let's talk about it. But then, before even I move to the topic, believe me, you must have heard enough about those AIs. And just now, I think Rakesh and Ashutosh were talking so heavily about what technology solutions are available from Snyder. And Subrat, I think one of the stalwart in terms of how he has pioneered Sipla from where it was today. So, I don't know how much extra I will be able to tell you on the technology part, but then I also don't want to make it a tech heavy presentation. And I would request, maybe once I'm done, to ask questions which could be not technical, but otherwise operational as well. Okay, so I think we talk about how we are using, what is the requirement of automation, and why we need automation, how it will help. And I will give you some basic understanding. Please don't consider that after this 30 minutes of presentation, you would find nirvana in facility management. That's not possible because it's still evolving, and there are a lot of new things which are coming up, and people are still trying, failing, learning, and also improving by the side. So I am one of them who will fail, improve, and maybe present better next time. So, as I say, it's a bit of introduction, is that what is this, why we talk about all such jargon, words especially. As a practice, facility management evolved from we're providing services and maintenance into a much more proactive strategic role. And I think these two words, proactive and strategic, these are the most heaviest word and the mandatory requirement of our department as a facilities team. If you are proactive, if you know what you need to do next 1 year, 2 years, in whatever role you are, your job is about 110% done. Yes, I'm saying 110% is that because you're in any case predicting the failures, you're predicting where you will possibly use or utilize your resources, you are predicting the cost of the organization, you know what is going to happen for your team, you know how you will develop your team, you would also know that what will cause in case there's a turbulence in the industry. So these two heavy words, of course, more meaningful word as a facility domain, and it needs to be everywhere, every time kept in our mind. So, and the role changes. It has never been a facility as a support service function. It is a contributor to the growth of any organization. And that is the credibility, we talk about, we need to bring as professionals. How these things will help. So, of course, first of all, anyone who feels that facility team don't need that investment to develop, to grow, is possibly, putting a whole lot of assets and capex on the state, on a thread. On a business is not putting on a thread. So this has to be given a part weightage in respect of any other main function. So you need to, when you have those very clarity in terms of what a department should do, I think you have that respect, you get that sort of a funding along with what you really want to do, or you feel that that would be happier for the organization. So why do we need automation, right? So it's a very simple understanding, why do we need automation is, of course, we want to know what we're doing. We want the business to know that where we are heading to. We want to predict our cost. It is just not about cost saving, but it is about predicting our cost. So if I have run an operation for 3 years of a biggest retail giant in India or maybe Asia, with over 7,000 plus stores in India with about 700 cities, I'm sure when they say that we want to grow to 20,000 stores, Shakti, what will be my cost? Right? So I need to give something, may not be 100% exact, but at least 98% exact from the data, from the experiences we have learned. We need to bring that, synergy, we need to bring that efficiency in terms of how we operate. And it is just not about cost saving. I've used this word because this is more prevalent in the domain of the work we do. Quality, accurate work? Yes. So, everyone knows the modus operandi of how we operate our work. But then, let's say if it is one office, it's much easier. If there are maybe 5-10 offices, bit difficult. But then if you have 8,000 offices, you can understand. Imagine the quality can go wrong because you possibly have a bigger team. There are different partners, and these partners will have different qualification. You managing over 15,000 resources, plus resources. The different mind setup, different environmental challenges. Could be starting from West Bengal to Kerala to different locations where you are possibly not even allowed to work or not even allowed to change things the way you want. But then everything put together, at least you have those understanding. These are my challenges, and which will make me show that boardroom. Okay, see, I can guarantee this 95%. This 5% I have to manage to allow me to fail this side. These are the things which I am doing to ensure this happens the best. And then cycle time. It could be about how we are living the equipment life. It could be about how we are responding to the requirements. It could be about any emergency support. So anything and everything, when we are aware, we have done, we have experienced, we are able to put the plan in a way that which is absolutely concise, precise in terms of what can be delivered. Okay, employee empowerment. Very important reason is that, and this employee empowerment only talks about the people on the facilities team. So we have large teams, sometimes few hundred people work with us, and believe me, when you are making your team aware of what they are doing, empowered with the data, you make them aware where they can be going. You bring more credibility. Your job is absolutely easy. But then if they don't know what they're doing, where will they reach, believe me, they can make a mess out of your life. So, the empowerment talks about that what sort of a data trend we have. Every employee, if I have a state head who possibly manages 2 states or one state with over maybe 400 stores or 500 stores, if he has a clear understanding that what goes wrong in November, what goes wrong in June, what goes wrong in August and July, he is prepared about his plan. If it is heavy rains, if the power consumption increases, or the other way, other issues which could be otherwise, festival issues and other things. So he has his data, his plan, and his actions ready proactively, and that's what it gives you empowerment as a team to take a decision, to think more strategic, not being as every time there's a call and he runs and douse the fire and then comes back. No, that's not as a facility manager is expected to be doing. Simplicity and flexibility. So when you know what you have to do, it is always simpler to execute solution. It is always flexible to add to your kitty. But if you are always ready for a chaos to happen and then resolve, you feel that you become more important as a facility manager, I think we need to get out of that mindset. We need to get out of that mindset because everyone sitting here wishes to grow. If you are a partner, you are a facility manager, you are a facility head, you are a solution, you are a service provider, irrespective of that, you want normal, mundane work to be done by the people who are supposed to be doing it, but then as a person you want to take it maybe more than what you're doing, you want to invent in a different way, you want to possibly learn a new skill, and this is how it is all moving upwards. And that's what will give you that opportunity. Of course, when it comes about the knowledge, about data, when I know that my power consumption increases almost about 45 to 50% in the month of May, June, July in specific areas, when I know there are 30% power cuts in Tamil Nadu, when it comes to every years of requirement of consumption, I know I'm prepared about it, that how my DC sets needs to be serviced, my manpower has to be available, my air conditioning vendor who's supporting us on the breakdown services has to have maybe 1+1 number of people to support those breakdown calls. So all this I'm aware and I'm systematically executing it. And then I know that it is not a situation of a chaos, but then it is about control. So insight and analytics, of course, this is what I'm talking about. So if you have bigger insight, clear insights of what is happening, you basically know you need some support on maybe financial part, you need some support on certain service providers perspective, you need some support from a team perspective. Of course, all this you can plan in a much better way. And then it's a decision which is on the fact based, and that is important. We cannot just presume one day that I possibly got up in the morning and tomorrow I need to present to the board saying that the next year's financial budget we're taking 15% hike because it came into my brain. No, I don't think that is the way we do our budgeting in facilities today. We know we have spent this much. We know there will be a bit of escalation on the CNCs, maybe 5% or 6%. We know my aging stores are more than 8 to 9 years. What scheduled painting, civil work, refurbishment, all is required. I have planned it, and this is the budget. I may not be, as I say, it may not be 100%, but then it is close to 98, 99%. So we are predicting everything, and decisions have been taken on the facts, which are as a data, and that is an important part of facilities management. That gives you a lot of confidence and credibility as a team, as a leader. So, what are the mega trends we're talking about? I think Snyder team had a detailed discussion, and then especially the kind of solutions they are into. Not that I'm promoting, they're not yet approached me. But then I'm just saying it's something.
We'll do that.
Yeah, we'll yeah. So I'm saying it's to do in terms of what makes our life easier. Yeah, it is in terms of understanding. How do we just get up in the morning and run towards office? It's an opportunity to go and enjoy what we're doing. Do we have that sort of environment? No, possibly no. And then how do we empower people to create that environment? Few things, and when we talk about mega trends, it's just not that everything covered, but then few basic understanding about what we should do. So, BIM, Building Information Modeling. So it's, I think BIM has also evolved to 3D experiences now, 4D experiences and 5D experiences. Where you just imagine, you put in your details and you will look what the facility and the office will be there. And you can imagine any wall, any cupboard, any floor, any lighting. These are basically making sure that you have at least a view how to look and you're taking a buy-in from the business. And that is more important to just show that, it really helps us that what we spend, this is what we get. So, these are, tools which is really giving a lot of power to facility management. Believe me, there was a time when we used to hire an architect or a PMC, and we had some specification talking about, okay, I need only 500 seats in this floor. You give me a design, and then all the thumb rule will come into picture. People will talk about, you should have a restroom, 1 versus what, the parking, 1 versus what, 1,000 square foot versus this, the cafeteria seating arrangement has to be, how much of per square foot versus the seats available, the common area has to be 50% of the total carpet area. So all those things which, we had those intellectual on the architects and they've been doing and supporting businesses. I think they will all just give you the list and then you say, okay, decide this way. We sometimes not aware how it will look. And many a time, most of us who've been senior enough, who've seen those change decisions, we find that cafeteria sometimes falls smaller to our requirements. Sometimes the restrooms are not insufficient. We don't even find the meeting rooms are sufficient for people to, support their work. And there are not enough discussions room. Possibly the worst thing happens, sometimes you don't even find the interview rooms in the offices. So I'm saying you can decide. Today you are having every data when you want to put a solution to a business. It very clearly tells you this is what will be a requirement you can do it. So then what next? So when integrated with existing work order program, or facility maintenance software, facility team realizes an improved ability to retrieve O&M manuals, floor plan, and asset information. This is about, normally we have started using the software. So today when the execution of project happens, we started putting every data in the software. You put your floor plans, you put all the requirement of your documents which you purchase, you have a DLP plan, your warranty guarantees, your schedule maintenance requirements, your floor plans, all the asset information. And it gives you all alarms and the schedule, preventive and other maintenance requirements, what you should go through. Then you need to figure out in an Excel sheet or put a person who will possibly make sure, create an Excel sheet and put it in physical form and ask someone to go and get it checked. I think we're possibly moving out of all those things. So, this is something which is absolute automation requirement and it is very helpful. Some of those bigger organizations have already started. In fact, some of those IPCs have taken some proprietary rights on two software. I don't remember the name, but then these visual maintenance programs and even implemented in the software is part. Oh, this has been the most talked about IoT, Internet of Things. And to me, I think we had questions from Colonel is that we know this will only tell us, okay, this is what is there, but then can it also correct? I think correction may not happen in everything, but then there are certain things when you talk about controlling your lights, controlling your temperature, something which you can sense and decide that okay, if the temperature goes to a specific limit and then can be brought down or can be raised up. Those would be smaller programs, but then it does majorly the manual intervention and or a discipline of the business. Today, let's say, if I want to switch on my air conditioning in the store, the business decides when he wants to switch it on. Whereas my decision could be in a jewelry store, no one goes and buys jewelry at 10 o'clock in the morning. But I say that, okay, why don't you switch on the AC by 11 o'clock? Because no one moves first thing in the morning. He said, no, this is something we are supposed to spend this much of money. It's the expected trends. Then, maybe if store is open till about 10 o'clock in the night, I say if you switch off AC by 9, you still are, okay, because they are not overcrowded stores. You have 5-7 people, because the billing size is too high. You don't have a crowd of customers. But that cannot be a situation in a grocery store or a apparel store. So the solutions and requirements are different. We possibly our requirement on the business, we have to take a decision. Keeping business on the same page and making sure that they own it. You are a team which is supporting business, of course, that way, in terms of partnering in their growth. So that is a co-owned solution to just make sure that there are no finger pointed in terms of if anything goes wrong. Otherwise, normally whenever there is a pressure on the cost in any business, the first thing which is called is facility management sometimes. Is that how do we kind of bring down the cost, irrespective of the manpower or otherwise. So this is, I think, not new. We talk about where all and how all we can implement those solutions. Could be about safety. I think this elderly care is very less relevant, but then specific to some businesses, it is some different professions like hospitality, security and surveillance. You talk about smart entertainment, temperature control, energy management. I think energy management is one of the key costs or one of the major costs in facility management when we talk. I don't know if you have noticed that, but then most of the time it goes from 9% to about 13, 14 or 15% of your total cost from energy. So this is a big ticket item everywhere, when it comes to when we want to bring more efficiency as a team. And there are always options. Believe me, even if some person comes and says that you implement my software, it is not the software which brings the efficiency, of course. It is what you already knew you could implement, but then you wanted to substantiate the data with the facts that this is what will help you to bring down the overall efficiency. So energy remains a big ticket item, and of course something which is evolving and understand where we need to take up in terms of bringing more investment to facility management. If you save here, you get more money from your business sometimes. You save here, you get sometimes sponsored a team size which will dedicatedly work here. I'll give you an example. In Reliance Retail, possibly when I joined about 6.5 years before, there was no focus on energy management. And all of a sudden we realized is that this goes as an individual store requirement. So store gets a bill and they pay. No one knows when he has paid. He has not paid even. I picked up voluntarily, that I want to make sure that we bring more efficiency. The first thing we did was even making the bill paid in time. We saved 2 crore rupees every month. 2 crore rupees is a big money, but then may not be for all the organizations. We had maybe 2,000 stores that time. So we need to, these are smaller things, but that really helps a huge way. 5,000 rupees a penalty saved into whatever number of stores. You can think about that kind of money you save. Then we moved on certain requirements. In fact, we tried Schneider to have some support on us, of course, in Bangalore. I don't know if some of your team members were there. The study found out that 9 times when we're doing the stock taking, people switch on ACs, which was not otherwise known to anyone, because people were all sleeping carelessly. And that was about 15 to 20% of the extra cost the store spends versus the other store when the comparison happened. And this is like root cause. We found that it was a waste, it was a leakage. So some eye-opener, of course, when you implement technology, and it is must, IoT will definitely just not be precise in everyone's phone today, but then it is something which will give you something which is available on the ground. Yeah, it is becoming more easier for all of us to even experiment, use, and see the benefit as well. We talk about lighting, remote control, and automation. I think everything falls into where and how effectively we can leave the knowledge which we have gained out of this IoT. Because ultimately, most of the time I've seen the systems are available, the knowledge is available, we also as a facility managers are aware is that where we are, the money is leaking out from. But that problem is sometimes we lack the confidence to go and stand on those submissions. We say very loudly that it will help the organization, because we sometimes get to the pressure of people saying that, okay, if they are fine spending more money, why should I be bothered and make enemies in the boardroom? So that should not be a situation, because then overall understanding and the credibility derails from where it's supposed to be. So and how do you do it? There are different ways. You today, he has explained it in so clearly. So I am not just going in absolute nitty-gritty in terms of the installation, but then I'm just talking about how it will help you. Of course, when you are aware what you want to do, you would possibly also have to go through the initial requirement of installation and moving and transitioning to these sort of requirements. So the next is about the automated software for maintenance, and this is again not that because we want to be ahead in the technology. It is just because we want to spend time in more strategic solution. We want to think ahead of the curve. We get time when we are just using certain things like this. We are aware that we are not struggling on day-to-day emergencies. We are not struggling with day-to-day chaos. We are not struggling with the day-to-day failures of all the things which we are managing around us. It is something which will, there are data, there are science available, which is very easy, and even these softwares are not very costly today. So you don't really have to use so many manpower and just turn some mundane work which are uninteresting and boring. When you have data available, you are able to focus on what is required for business than what is required for the movement. And that's what brings a lot of advantage in terms of any success, anything we do about how we are managing. See, all the infrastructure, when we talk about today when we say futuristic building, or we had an iconic building which we are managing in some of the locations in India, believe me, no one gives you that freedom of hiring as many as people you want to hire. Okay, but then this smaller solution can give you a huge comfort factor in terms of exactly where you need to focus. It is not every time that you have to have 6,000 square feet person, one housekeeping guy deployed at 6,000 square feet. No, it is not. You not even 10,000 square feet. If your office environment is so close, you possibly do it once in a night or twice in a night, maybe whatever. You possibly move out from a number of people to square foot and the frequency. So you have to come out of those mindset. Just not because you possibly you want to support some of those service partners. Believe me, that's not required. If it is in a retail store, you can't even work on other ways, because if you go to a grocery store of 5,000 square feet, the cleanable area could be how much? Any guesses out of 5,000? 20%. Wow. There's too much of open space not left. It is not even 10%. You don't even cleanable area, not even 500 square feet, believe me. Because they are only giving you the passage to go around in a grocery store. Otherwise, everywhere you will find something in town. So 15 or 20% are the only area. So 5,000 square foot store does not qualify to have a 1,000 square area. But then, I don't know, sometimes we are using some different trends. And all the similar way, can you even move out of those requirements? And that's where you need to think on as a facility manager. Okay, so it's an option available for FM to transform value chains. So value chains, in fact, there are 2-3 things which excites me more always about facility management is about cost, value, being proactive. And I always say, the basic emphasis, the basic role model, the basic the push we should do or the demonstration we should do is create values out of whatever cost we are spending. Believe me, that's a new term in terms of telling people that we're spending the money, but then this is the value we're creating. So, and you take so many examples today. So, today let's say you are procuring a lot of equipments. So how you can create value out of those costs? You possibly see that okay, you're having a bulk buying of maybe 1,000 refrigerator machines for stores. But then the value could be, okay, I want a 5-year or a 7-year life cycle arrangement with the same OEM. Are you able to give me that? That's a value. Because 7 years, someone is not going to be worried about what will be my CNC cost. Until unless you have an agreement which is a different one. So these are the values you can bring, knowing that what sort of money you're spending. Today, 9 years before we set up retail stores, we were possibly not that hugely talking about energy efficient equipment. Today, it is mandatory. So, what I should do? Can I remove all those 4,000 store equipment and throw? Not possible today. But then, if someone would have thought that time, an arrangement that if there are some technology changes, you will support us to upgrade and upgrade those equipments. Believe me, the profit to some specific organization would have been 3 years before. So we get pressurized in terms of we spend, then and we don't get time to even think ahead. And these are the things as an FM facility manager, we have to think in a broad light. We need to be more transparent in terms of why we are thinking this and what will this fetch the benefit as a business. What advantage this will have to the boardroom. What sort of a turbulence-free operation this can give to any organization. You talk about mobility, so mobile computing. Everyone now talking about having an app, even it could be your attendance, someone going and working in a specific store or location, someone following a specific checklist and then taking all those things in the app, putting into overall server, then just small solution, even the store manager putting a complaint, logging a complaint and going into the app and then ensuring the guy who is responsible. Let's say we have a facility manager who manages about 50 stores, one person responsible for 50 stores. So anything goes wrong in those 50 stores, he gets straight away an SMS and alert. Okay, I have a problem in store number so and so in maybe a Delhi. So he's at my level, I don't need to be worried because there's a system set up, there is instant message communication, and the guy responds so quickly. If he doesn't respond in a specific time, there's an escalation. It goes to the state head or someone. So you are rest assured that what is going to happen. There are hardly any turbulence we talk about. So smart building. Think about integrating building systems, sensors to improve efficiency, comfort, productivity, and how you can do it by IoT, automation,